can be fixed right here. Why change and put on something that doesn't have the capacity to withstand the pressure and put on a bootleg? Fix what you have. Because that Junior and Sons bring all of the issues to naught.
Engraving, signs, banners, posters, billboards. We do it here. AC Repairs. Come and check us out. At Junior and Sons, one place you get everything done. Looking forward to seeing you.
Do you need insightful astrological guidance from a genuine astrologer in Georgetown, Guyana? If yes, place your trust in Master Vishnu. He has expertise in relationship problem solutions. Get your ex-love back. Court case problem solutions. Marriage problem solutions. Astrology and horoscope readings and more. You can also get his consultations regarding palm readings, psychic readings, marriage matchmaking, etc. His expertise will help you to gain a promising life. Book an appointment at +59 263 29943.
Turbo with a new look, new style, with the same great taste in the 250 ml can. Everybody run out now. Go and go grab one. Me charge up with a turbo 250 ml at your favorite spot. Wait, sell. New look, new can, same vibes. Jinxing, energize up your life. Vibes up, work time, anytime we are turn up the party with 250 ml can. Turbo energy drink. Charge up today.
Hey, Stumpy, I don't feel I don't go away when y'all don't eat me food, you know. Y'all got fair wash your place because I did my nails. When is somebody about there gonna make a nice cake? Is my good cake gonna put the same?
Madam, I got a call from the people in the community and they said you are disturbing the peace. You're smelling up the place and you're doing something, but your food always seems to smell good.
Peppies, you get the best of these things.
These things just make you cook good. I want these things and I'll carry them for evidence.
I love all of you.
Peppies, we put the pep back into your kitchen.
And you?
Are you disappointed with any other panditas? Then contact with astrologer Sai Ram, new to the country, most trusted expert in psychic reading and spiritual healing. He is providing the solutions of get your ex-love back, relationship problem solutions, depression problem solutions, negative energy removal, financial problem solutions. With years of experience, don't let negativity control your life. Call Pandit +59 to 7496 100% guarantee results.
Win 50,000 weekly when you buy in IC. Buy one case or more. Icy soft drinks. Collect a coupon and fill out, or write your name, address, and contact information at the back of your bill.
Your top stories this evening, sponsored by Courts, bringing value home. Opposition MP urges government to devise holistic methods to sustain Guyanese amid brain drain and labor shortage. ICJ orders Venezuela to halt Essequibo election plans. Double-day hotel owner released from police custody. Police maintain that a civilian misled them. And innocent bystander shot in the eye by police. Eyewitnesses say police opened fire indiscriminately. Hgp Nightly News begins now. Good evening to our viewers here in Guyana and online. I'm Travis Chase with the Thursday, May 1 edition of the Hgp Nightly News. Happy Labor Day, Guyana. We begin our broadcast by telling you that as Guyana observes Labor Day, workers took to the streets for the annual march, while politicians who joined the march say that times have changed for Guyana's labor force. Daisy Richards is on this story.
Workers clad in their red, white, and black attire took to the streets, joined by politicians, for the annual Labor Day march observed on May 1. Leader of the Alliance for Change, AFC Nigel Hughes, highlighted the economic times for Guyana's workers have changed, and there is a need for workers to benefit from the country's resources.
So the new demand has to be not only wages and salaries, but how do you get a fair share of that bounty? And there are a couple of ways that are essential and I would say rudimentary to it.
Laura George, a member of the AFC speaking on labor in indigenous communities, noted that many indigenous peoples are not aware of their labor rights.
They talk about the 10-day workers, they talk about the CSOs, and they're giving them stipends. But what the PPP is doing is robbing indigenous peoples of long-term security.
Simona Brooms, leader of the Assembly for Liberty and Prosperity Party, says that the working class is being disrespected.
Over the past 5 years, we have seen where the rights of workers were completely trampled upon. Workers have nowhere and there's no system in place to protect the workers.
She also stressed that there has been an increase in workplace fatalities and nothing has been done to address the safety conditions and well-being of workers. Labor Day is a significant occasion and annual event for workers to reflect on their issues in the workplace and to share their concerns with the rest of Guyana's populace. The Guyanese working class reaffirms their dignity, strength, and solidarity. For Hgp Nightly News, I am Daisy Richards.
Shadow Minister of Labour Dineshwar Jaiprashad has called on the government to develop holistic methods that can sustain public and private sector workers amid the ongoing labour shortage as a result of the perpetual brain drain issue. Antonio Day is on this story.
As Ghana celebrates Labour Day, Dineshwar Jaiprashad, Shadow Minister of Labour, has expressed disappointment about the constant labour shortage resulting from the perpetual brain drain of qualified Guyanese moving to greener pastures. The opposition member of parliament during a telephone interview with Nightly News on Thursday said the state has failed abysmally in sustaining the labour force in both public and private sectors.
As it relates to the labour situation in Guyana, we are in a very bad state. Every single entity, every single agency, every single sector suffering from labor shortage.
He noted that despite the government's tout of creating job opportunities for citizens, predominantly youths, the unemployment rate here is still significant. Due to failures in providing livable wages and sustainable incomes for workers, public servants such as nurses, teachers, and doctors are constantly seeking better opportunities in other jurisdictions outside of the country, the Shadow Minister of Labour flagged. While the state has resorted to the solution of imported labor to mitigate the glaring labor shortages, Jaiprashad said these mechanisms cannot mitigate the situation.
The government is not taking the proposal of training our young people more, but rather they want to bring people from Bangladesh and other countries.
The Shadow Minister of Labour said that the government needs to understand that charity begins at home.
It is sad to say that we are training people in Guyana for the world. But what happens to the mother country? What happens to the country that train you and give you the skills and the abilities and the capabilities to function wherever you want to?
Meanwhile, Lincoln Lewis, General Secretary of the Ghana Trade Union Congress, at the Labour Day rally, had this message.
We need to change. We need to change where the state respects workers' rights. A change where no nurse, no teacher, public servant, sugar worker, or miner is treated as invisible or disposable.
Lewis told a gathering of other trade unionists that the time has come where collective bargaining must be honored.
A change where collective bargaining is honored, not ignored, where court rulings in favor of workers are enforced.
Meanwhile, Sherwin Downer, leader of the United Workers' Party, delivered these charges.
The government is proud and has been sending out their narrative, claiming that Guyana is the fastest growing economy. But people don't run from good things. People run from bad things. What are the success stories of the working class of Guyanese?
I'm Antonio Day reporting for the Hgp Nightly News.
Our developing story now from Tiana Cole. In a decisive move to uphold international law and safeguard Guyana's territorial integrity, the International Court of Justice has ordered Venezuela to halt its plans to hold elections in the disputed Essequibo region.
The International Court of Justice on Thursday unanimously reaffirmed the provisional measures it granted in December 2023, instructing Venezuela to refrain from conducting or even preparing to conduct elections in Guyana's Essequibo region, a territory currently under Guyanese administration, but claimed by Venezuela. The ruling reinforces earlier provisional measures aimed at preventing further escalation in the long-standing border controversy between the two South American nations. The reaffirmation is part of the ongoing substantive case before the court regarding the validity of the 1899 arbitral award, which established the boundary between Guyana and Venezuela. That ruling has been at the heart of the territorial dispute for decades. In its latest pronouncement, the court said, quote-unquote, pending a final decision in the case, the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela shall refrain from conducting elections or preparing to conduct elections in a territory in dispute, with the Cooperative Republic of Guyana currently administers and over which it exercises control. Venezuela had announced plans to hold regional elections in Essequibo with a date set for May 25, 2025. Over the past several days, Venezuelan authorities have even gone as far as publishing notices about nominated candidates for these elections, an action seen by Guyana as a clear affront and breach of the court's order and international norms. Guyana has consistently maintained that Essequibo is an integral part of its sovereign territory, a stance the ICJ acknowledged in its initial ruling. The Venezuelan election plan, therefore, is viewed not only as provocative, but also illegal under international law. Reacting to the latest ruling, Guyana's President Irfan Ali took to Facebook to express his satisfaction with the court's decision. Quote-unquote, once again, Guyana's position has prevailed. Once again, it has been demonstrated that Guyana's position accords with international law. The government of Guyana welcomes this decision, President Ali stated. Tiana Cole reporting for the Hgp Nightly News.
Thank you, Tiana. Stay with us. There is more news ahead.
Keeping up with the kids' growth spurts might mean it's time for a bigger fridge. Don't worry, at Quartz, we've got you. Save up to $50,000 on select fridges. Get a free grill or mixer with select stoves and more. Need to upgrade your home? Get smart TVs from as low as $32,999. Plus, shop today and pay later. And make your first payment in 30 days with Quartz Ready Finance. Whatever you need, we've got you. Only at Quartz, bringing value home. Offer ends April 23, 2025.
Welcome to SNL Electrical Inc., where lighting and electrical needs are met with expertise and style. From the latest in electrical lamps to durable cables, circuit breakers, panels, we have it all. Illuminate your space with our elegant chandeliers, stunning crystal lights, and versatile pole lights. Looking to upgrade your comfort? Explore top-of-the-line AC units and our diverse selections of stylish styles. Visit us at 170-180 Thomas Street, Kitty, Georgetown. Discover a solution that not only lights up your world but transforms it. Call us on telephone number 226-3018 or 223-1634. SNL Electrical Inc., powering your life with elegance, quality, and care.
With 70% ethyl alcohol, Mighty Foam Hand Sanitizer eliminates 99.99% of all germs and even moisturizes in the process, leaving your skin clean and hydrated. Mighty Foam Hand Sanitizer. How do you stay clean?
You know, I've been thinking, since I moved over to the west side, this is the perfect location for put up a food stand.
Put up food stand here?
Yes, Officer Bling.
No, Granny, you can't put up no food stand here.
Why not?
Because the gas to energy pipeline.
Gas to energy? Why is that?
You can bring gas from offshore to region 3, that can turn it to electricity and other things.
So what about if Granny put it up over there?
No, Granny, listen. This whole area here, from here to the West Bank, is considered the right of way. So nobody can build, plant, dig, or burn nothing here.
But what if I am?
No buts, Granny. Listen, you could get yourself or others hurt. Watch, you see this number here? You call it if you see anybody doing anything out of the way or doing anything they ain't supposed to be doing, like building, digging, or burning stuff on the right of way.
All right, grandson, I hear you.
Welcome back to the Hgp Nightly News. Police are maintaining that a civilian misled them following the disappearance of Adriana Young. We will also tell you in this report that the owner of the Doubleday Hotel has been released from police custody. There is confirmation from the Guyana Police Force that Bojnot Bowler, the owner of Doubleday Hotel, who was in police custody over the death of Adriana Young, has been released from police custody without further questioning. The same police department that released a false statement regarding the disappearance of Young is saying that Bowler has been instructed by investigators to report on a daily basis to the police station until there's an outcome of the investigation. Also, the immigration department has blacklisted the owner of the hotel from leaving the jurisdiction. Nightly News understands that DNA samples obtained from the owner of the hotel and those of Young will leave Guyana Thursday evening for advanced testing and analysis to be conducted at the Mount Sinai Health System, New York. Also, according to the Guyana Police Force, Assistant Commissioner Khalid Mandal remains on administrative leave, and the civilian employee who allegedly gave police false information regarding the disappearance of Young has been sent on admin leave pending the outcome of the investigation. The police claim that the civilian staff who was also sent on admin leave is the person who was on duty at the police command center on the day in question. The police is now saying that the civilian staff entered an incorrect date whilst checking the camera system to locate the vicinity of the Doubleday Hotel. Investigations have also revealed that there was a sergeant from the Special Constabulary Unit who misled her colleague when she claimed that she was on duty in the region's operation room, and a male, anonymous caller informed her that Young was seen leaving the same hotel and subsequently entered a black Ram. Quote, in an effort to investigate the origin of the information about this vehicle, investigators managed to obtain the call information and arrested the so-called male anonymous caller, and it turned out to be that the caller is well acquainted with the Special Constabulary rank, unquote. Two other ranks, a corporal and a constable, were relieved of their duties due to neglect, according to the Guyana Police Force. Travis Chase, Hgp Nightly News. Meanwhile, Alliance for Change's leader Nigel Hughes has called for an impartial investigation led by credible international agencies like Scotland Yard or the FBI, citing the incompetence of the Guyana Police Force.
Nigel Hughes, leader of the Alliance for Change, has expressed a lack of confidence in the law enforcement agency and is calling for an impartial investigation to be conducted by qualified international law enforcement organizations. In a joint meeting, the political leader Nigel Hughes emphasized that these agencies need proper forensic capabilities to identify the factors in the preteen's death.
I want you to understand there are two issues here that have to be investigated and why we're asking for international assistance. One is the obvious homicide.
Hughes, an attorney at law, noted that the terms of reference the Guyana Police Force has to state the reason for rejecting the intervention by Adriana's mother following her disappearance. He said the law enforcement agency glaringly had ulterior motives.
Police have to say why they would reject the mother's identification, issue a statement that is contrary to what she said, and what was their intention and motive. And they themselves cannot possibly conduct such an investigation.
Don Hastings Williams of the People's National Congress Reform expressed similar sentiments.
We have lost confidence in our Guyana Police Force. And why? Because of the way they responded, firstly, to this matter when it was reported to them.
Simona Brooms, founder of the Assembly for Liberty and Prosperity ALP, have expressed grave concerns with regards to curbing femicide in Guyana.
There's no system. Had there been a system, that would not have happened. And so I'm calling at this time, how are you, the protection for our young girls? I think crime against girls and women in this country is out of control.
Dineshwar Joy Prashad, a member of the People's National Congress Reform, stated during an interview with Nightly News that it can never be business as usual when a child is dead. He expressed concern that the law enforcement agency is withholding details regarding updates on the case.
We, the members of the PNC, will continue to fight for this cause, and we want all Guyanese to understand that this could have happened to any child. We need to call out the government, the police force, for failure to deal with this matter in the appropriate manner.
I'm Antonio Dede reporting for the Hgp Nightly News.
You will hear from Daisy Richards now that the Working People's Alliance on Thursday broke its silence on the death of 11-year-old Adriana Young, highlighting that the child is a victim of Guyana's failing state. Daisy Richards will tell you more.
Dr. David Hines, co-leader of the Working People's Alliance, on Thursday in an early morning press conference highlighted that the death of 11-year-old Adriana is due to Guyana being a failed state.
That Guyana is a dysfunctional state that is quickly becoming a failed state, of which she, Adriana, is the latest victim.
Hines highlighted that the death of the child started a national crisis to which the government had to develop a limited state of emergency. He added that the 11-year-old's death hit Guyana's population hard in realizing the Guyana police force is an unprofessional entity of the state.
The unprofessionalism of the police force is deeply rooted in the manifest dysfunction of Guyana's governance, its human rights regime, its social relations, its ethno-racial relations, and our general desire to fool ourselves about our progress as a unified nation of shared values.
With Ronaldo Peters and Keon Fugone dying mere weeks ago, the WPA leader highlighted the public linked the death of Adriana to a long trail of alleged state-facilitated murders.
The linkage between police cover-up and government's apparent turning of the proverbial blind eye could not be concealed any longer.
The WPA joined calls for the firing of Commissioner of Police Clifton Hicken and other top brass of the police force. He also called for the professionalization of this law enforcement organization. For Hgp Nightly News, I am Daisy Richards.
You're watching the Hgp Nightly News. Stay with us. There is more news ahead.
Planning a cleanup? We can help. Sevon's Waste Management skip bins can be provided for home renovation projects, yard cleanup, or construction project. It's simple. Step 1, give us a call. Step 2, we put down the bin. Step 3, load it up with all of your junk. Step 4, we take it away. That's simple. Bins are also available in various sizes, so there is no job that is too big or too small. Call Sevon's Waste Management today at 218-1455.
GCOM is currently conducting a national registration exercise. Who can register? Anyone who will be 14 years or older by June 30, 2025 and is a Guyanese citizen by birth, descent, naturalization, or is a citizen from a Commonwealth country living in Guyana for 1 year or more. How to apply for registration? You must visit the GCOM registration office that is responsible for your area of residence to apply for registration or name change or correction. You must be in possession of the following source documents as might be relevant. Original birth certificate or valid Guyana passport for new registration. Original marriage certificate and original birth certificate in the case of a name change by marriage. Original deed poll and original birth certificate in the case of a name change by deed poll. Original naturalization certificate and original birth certificate or valid passport in the case of naturalization. This registration exercise will end on May 30, 2025. You need to apply for a transfer if you now live at another address since you were registered. For more information, contact the GCOM on 225-0277-9 or visit www.gcom.org.gy.
Keeping up with the kids' growth spurts might mean it's time for a bigger fridge. Don't worry, at Quartz, we've got you. Save up to $50,000 on select fridges. Get a free grill or mixer with select stoves and more. Need to upgrade your home? Get smart TVs from as low as $32,999. Plus, shop today and pay later. And make your first payment in 30 days with Quartz Ready Finance. Whatever you need, we've got you. Only at Quartz, bringing value home. Offer ends April 23, 2025.
Welcome back to the Hgp Nightly News. On the police blotter, a young man is being monitored by doctors at the Georgetown Public Hospital after he was shot in the eye by police while securing his home. More details in this report. There has been complete silence from the Guyana police force following the shooting of an innocent bystander on Monday when police took aim at a group of demonstrators in Linden on Monday. Sherlin Hollingsworth of 1 Mile Wismar said he was at the time securing his home when police opened fire indiscriminately. He was shot in his right eye.
I remember the body. Every time I called me, like I just see this man going straight to me. I'm like, wow.
The injured man remains a patient of the Georgetown Public Hospital Corporation, where surgery has to be done to remove the rubber bullet lodged in his right eye.
Yeah, I get shot in the door. I just finished locking shot. I have a boutique. I just finished lock it up. Turn off the lights, turn off the AC, because I tell my wife I'm going to lock up now, but she tell me, yo, don't lock up every place. But I'm watching the timings and everything was going on.
Nightly News was told that doctors are unable to perform the surgery to remove the rubber bullet, and perhaps the young boutique owner and truck driver may have to travel overseas to have the surgery completed.
If nothing being done, these police gonna keep doing as they like, as they know nothing gonna come out of it. They keep doing these things, buddy.
The victim says he's now out of a job as a truck driver due to the actions by the police and the injury he received.
I can't. This is it for me now. This is it. I can't. That man would never accept me like this. The man can't. This is it for me. I can't go back no driving work. I can't. I work on for driving one.
Several persons who spoke with Nightly News on the basis of anonymity confirmed that Hollingsworth was not part of the protest in Linden over the death of 11-year-old Adriana Young. Another check with the police for an update on the shooting was met again with silence. Travis Chase, HGP Nightly News. Minister of Home Affairs Robeson Ben has come under fire after reporting that 15,157 Venezuelans were registered in Guyana between 2018 and 2024. What sparked even greater concern was his claim that only 23 of them reside in Region 4, the country's most populous region. Find out more from Tiana Cole.
Opposition Member of Parliament and Shadow Minister of Public Service Tabitha Sarabu-Hali questioned Minister of Home Affairs Robeson Ben on the number of registered Venezuelans in Guyana as of November 2024. Here is what the minister had to say.
The number of Venezuelans registered for the period October 1 to 30th of November 2024 amongst the 15,157.
Minister Ben then gave a regional breakdown of the figures.
By regions, 1, 7,507, Region 4, 23, Region 7, 1,101, and Region 8, 65.
However, Sarabu-Hali challenged the figures, pointing out a clear discrepancy.
Mr. Speaker, those numbers do not add up to 15,000. I'm just supposed to accept it because he said it. Okay, all right. But the world heard that apparently the minister can't add.
Shadow Minister of Public Works David Patterson also raised concerns, noting that the total of the figures revealed is equal to 8,596, and questioned where the remaining 7,000 plus Venezuelans are in the country.
Let me apologize for some inadvertence in the numbers. I will confirm the numbers and submit them as a printed reply.
In recent years, thousands of Venezuelans have fled their country due to economic hardship, political instability, and food insecurity. Guyana has seen a steady influx of these migrants seeking better living conditions and safety. Tiana Cole reporting for the Hgp Nightly News.
Stay tuned for your regional news.
Turbo with
with a new look, with the same great taste in the 250 ml can. Everybody run out now. Go and go grab one. Me charge up with a turbo 250 ml at your favorite spot. Wait sell. New look, new can, same vibes. Jinxing, energize up your life. Vibes up, work time, anytime we are turn up the party with turbo can. Turbo can, turbo can, turbo can. Now available in the new 250 ml can. Turbo energy, charge up today.
GCOM is currently conducting a national registration exercise. Who can register? Anyone who will be 14 years or older by June 30, 2025 and is a Guyanese citizen by birth, descent, naturalization, or is a citizen from a Commonwealth country living in Guyana for 1 year or more. Where to apply for registration? You are required to visit the GCOM registration office that is responsible for the registration of persons in your area of residence to apply for registration. Office hours, Monday to Thursday, 8 to 12 and 13 to 16 hours 30. Friday, 8 to 12 hours and 13 to 15 hours 30. The offices will be closed on weekends and holidays. You need to apply for a transfer if you now live at another address since you were registered. This registration exercise will end on May 30, 2025. For more information, contact the GCOM on 225-0277-9 or visit www.gcom.org.gy.
This Mother's Day, shower mom with love. Buy the Samsung A05 for just $19,500, the Samsung A15 for only $29,500, or the Samsung A25 5G for $43,000. That's not all. Each purchase comes with a complimentary 30-day mega data plan, ensuring mom stays connected. Hurry to a Digicel store near you today. Terms and conditions apply. Digicel, the network for everyone, everywhere.
Good evening and welcome to Thursday's edition of the Regional News. More than 1,600 people were killed in Haiti gang violence, most of them gang members in the first 3 months of the year. The United Nations said as criminal groups fight to expand their territories. The poorest country in the Western Hemisphere, Haiti, faces severe political instability, and swaths of the country are under the control of rival armed gangs who carry out murders, rapes, and kidnappings. The armed groups have been battling for control of the capital Port-au-Prince, and clashes have intensified in recent months. 1,617 people were killed and 580 injured due to violence involving gangs, self-defense groups, non-organized members of the population, as well as during security force operation, the UN said in a report. A Kenyan-led force authorized by the United Nations has failed to push back the gangs. The mission has around 1,000 police officers from 6 countries, but was intended to have 2,500. The CARICOM Election Observation Mission, CEOM, and the Commonwealth Observer Group says Monday's election in Trinidad and Tobago received an A grade. Speaking at a media conference at the Hilton Trinidad, Port of Spain, CEOM Chief of Mission Ian Hughes described the process as good. Despite media reports of irregularities, Hughes emphasized that nothing significant was observed or reported. He complimented the Election and Boundaries Commission, EBC, on its handling of the electoral process. However, a few instances of polling stations not being user-friendly for the differently abled were noted. A half-century behind bars is a mandatory minimum sentence that will soon apply to individuals found guilty of capital murder in Jamaica. 50 years is a new mandatory minimum that offenders will have to serve before being eligible for parole, after the House of Representatives on Tuesday approved amendments to 3 pieces of legislation. Justice Minister Delroy Chuck, who had piloted a debate on the amendments to the Offenses Against the Person Amendment Bill, the Criminal Justice Administration Amendment Bill, and the Child Protection Amendment Bill, closed the debate on Tuesday. These bills represent a necessary and deliberate response to the levels of violent crime in our society, particularly those involved in the most heinous offense, murder, Chuck said. He cited that Jamaica continues to grapple with unacceptably high levels of homicide. These are not just statistics. They represent real lives lost, sons, daughters, mothers, fathers, taken in acts of cold violence that tear families and communities apart. Thank you for watching. I am Tiana Cole.
Opposition MP urges government to devise holistic methods to sustain Guyanese amid brain drain and labor shortage. ICJ orders Venezuela to halt Essequibo election plans. Doubleday hotel owner released from police custody. Police maintain that a civilian misled them. And innocent bystander shot in the eye by police. Eyewitnesses say police opened fire indiscriminately. Those are our major headlines. For these stories and more, please go to our website. It's www.hgptv.com. I'm Travis Chase. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.